I'm giving thanks. I'm giving thanks. Blissful afternoon, beautiful people. Oh gosh, I'm just getting home. It's one of them days where you just want some broth of a soup. Sit on your veranda. I really want to take off all my clothes, but I'm gonna wait till I finish this video. I don't want YouTube to flag me. So anyway, beautiful people, welcome. Welcome. I am natural of NaturalsTribe. So listen, I just wanted to share something with you guys. Yes, so the ones that have been following, we're coming to you from lovely Grenada. Yes, we are. But this is not about Grenada today. Actually, this is about my next favorite place in the whole wide world, Antigua and Barbuda. I hope the Prime Minister, what's his name, Gadsden? I hope he watched this video. Somebody on the other side. Soup is good. It's just corn and saltfish and the broth of it. I told her give me as much broth as possible. Something happened the last couple of days with my stomach. I was sharing in the last video, I think I overdosed on mangoes and the coconut meat. You can have too much. You gotta balance everything out in life. Everything in life has to balance. So Antigua and Barbuda, everybody knows, outside of Grenada, outside of South Africa, outside of Rwanda, outside of Virgin Islands, Antigua and Barbuda holds a place in my heart. So, you know, and I never thought I'd be sharing this. Everybody knows that I was a school teacher on the lovely island of Antigua and Barbuda for the 3 years I lived there, 2006 to 2009. One of the best experiences in my life. And when I say best experiences, I'm talking about not just teaching, but learning. My students, their parents, becoming a grade 6 school teacher, never even seen it coming. Building a beautiful home there, taking the beautiful home down, had the wrong husband again. Everything about it makes me who I am today. My students had already prepared me for South Africa when I got there. So I'm writing the book now. And I'm starting in South Africa, but I got in touch with Antigua, had already prepared me for Africa when I got there. I'm talking about how deeply rooted Antigua was and is. My experience living there would never be forgotten. Acclimating myself into the communities, being a great time. I'm telling you, the love is heavy when it comes to Antigua and Barbuda. Y'all need to know that. And of course, I had nothing to compare it to. Antigua was 2006 to 9. Everything else came after that. The 2 parts of Africa, living here in Grenada for 10 years, becoming a dual citizen, all that. But still, Antigua and Barbuda is at the top of my list. The soca, the calypso. I never even knew calypso rose till I lived in Antigua, Barbuda. They turned me on to Trinity. What? So listen, I was a teacher. And I was 20 years younger. How about that? Let's go there. I was 20 years younger. 20 years ago, I wasn't worried about too much. Still very observant like I am today. And guess what? I used to watch the teachers struggle. And struggle. What's that? Oh, a spice. Struggle and fight for their monies. Like teachers retire at 60. Hello, Monday. So teachers, no, Monday is 62. So we're talking about a 2-year fighting battle. Listen. So I used to watch teachers fight for their monies, and I used to wonder, why do teachers gotta fight for their money? They've been so wonderful. I loved teaching. Antigua made teaching for me passion. That's why my work never looks like work for the last 20 years, because if it's passion, you get the best out of me. Antigua got the best. I'm telling you. I didn't just teach. My students taught me just as more than I taught them. But I used to watch some teachers fight. I mean, fight. Social Security Board, Antigua, Barbuda, you should be ashamed of yourself. And it ain't just you. I'm sure it's all islands, because I was hearing something here the other day. I'm not sure if I was watching the news on YouTube or watching the news on the news, because I'm still connected to Antigua news. I got Grenada news. Everywhere I live, their news pops up on my feed, right? And even here, I heard something about the teachers fighting for their money, but I bypassed it because I got my own ish going on. And I don't need to hear nobody else fighting for what's theirs, right? But when I was 20 years ago, I was saying, wow, why teachers got to fight for their, never thinking in a million years that my turn was coming. I've been fighting for my freaking money for 2 years. 2 years. And the last time I spoke with them, not the last time, because I talk to them regularly. I don't let a week go by without talking to somebody. The only reason a week is going by this time, because now they've passed me on to some supervisor numbers who never, ever answer the phone. And who probably ain't going to answer the phone. Probably ain't even nobody there at the desk. Probably ain't even nobody's position. That's how wicked they be. Antigua, you're wicked, man. You know. Look, I used to watch them teachers fight for their money. And I used to say, damn, that's crazy. I used to go to all the teacher meetings, all the conferences, everything they called about money. I'd be right there because teachers had to show up. But never thinking in a million years my time was coming. Wow. It's been 2 years with me talking to them regularly. Like they know my name and I know theirs. They know who I am and they know what. Ain't no more paperwork to fill out. The last excuse was they was having a problem depositing it into my American account. So I said, well, let's do the island. Grenada to Antigua, that's island to island. That should be real simple. Well, that's been a couple months ago now, too. They told me the last 2 Fridays that my money would be in there just to throw me off so they wouldn't talk to me for 2 weeks. They wicked. They don't play fair. Well, now it's my turn. And they 2 years late. 2 years late. So if anybody on here has lived on an island, preferably Antigua, or could share any information or know the Prime Minister Gats, and they could talk to him and say, hey man, look, Natural need her money. It's only a one-time payoff. I don't get the regular every month. I just met that quota. I applied the last year before you got to wait till you're 65 and 67 and all that stuff. Like, my money should be mine and in my hand. Like, I was going to go to Africa for my Earth Day Monday. But it was based on you paying me my money. Y'all wrong. I never thought in a million years. So just know, teachers, Caribbean teachers, you are not alone. And I'm so sorry we have to fight. Like, if I had to do it all over again, I would never teach through the educational system. I would teach the way I teach now with my master's degree. Whenever I want to hold a workshop, or I want to teach anybody something, I post it and I teach it to them. But I would never allow the Ministry of Education, Social Security, when they get to Social Security, you're going to be a fighting ass. Look, I was in the water the other day with a police officer here, a retired police officer, And she was beautiful. Chocolate woman made me just start talking to her. I told her how beautiful she was, skin clear and everything. She was grenaded. She said she worked for this police station 30 something years, 44 years or something, and didn't receive a dime because it was some kind of, just like I told you, I just met that quota to get the one-time payoff. Well, she had worked all them years and they didn't start the thing where they pay people different pays, severance pay, retirement pay, and all that stuff. Like at the end of that year. So that means she gave Grenada 44 years and she didn't get a dime. She said everybody she worked with had to sell their house. You see, this is slavery. Ain't nobody supposed to be doing nobody like that. At the end of the road, at the end of the day, everybody's supposed to, if you worked for somebody any amount of years, you're supposed to have something at the end. Now, I'm grateful to be getting something from America, but Antigua, you owe me. You need to pay. What? What the tall? What the tall? Pay me my money, Antigua. I love you.